POLB was spun out of fast-growing vaccine and antiviral testing group Open Orphan, and is now pioneering the most advanced scientific practices in researching and developing treatments for infectious diseases. Since the IPO, the group have hired an expert and made several acquisitions. Chief Executive Jeremy Skillington joins me today to tell us all. Hello, Jeremy. How are you doing?
Good, Alan. Good. How are you today?
I'm very good, thanks. Very good indeed. Firstly, Poolbeg operates what you refer to as a capital-light model. Can you just give viewers a quick overview of the company and this capital-light model? And I'm going to bring up a slide for us to look at.
Yes. Yeah, so we'll speak about that. I mean, Poolbeg, as you said, we spun out of Open Orphan. We IPO'd in July of last year, 25 million raised in an oversubscribed round. We did say we're going to focus on infectious diseases. And as you'll see, that's we've been hitting the ground running to achieve these goals. Capital Light is essentially bringing in programs and running them through rapidly and cost effectively to get human proof of concept data as quickly as possible. So it's the earlier stages of clinical trials where you're de-risking the program, but you're not taking on the full burden and cost and risk of phase 2, phase 3 trials, let's say. That we leave that to pharma, who are outstanding at clinical trial execution. So we're going to get that early human data in a very capital-light, cost-effective manner. So we have internal programs that we're moving forward, but yes, more recently we've brought in-house some external assets in a very modest deal terms were paid for these assets, but we'll fund this, bring it forward to human proof of concept, and partner with pharma ultimately.
Super. Okay. So POLB 001 spun out of Open Orphan was the original asset. Now the Poolbeg Pharma website states you've got a growing pipeline of products, and since we last spoke, you've announced the appointment of Professor Dan Hoft to the advisory board, plus 3 new licensing deals. Can you firstly tell us about the option agreement to license Meliovac?
Yes, happy to do that. Very exciting technology from colleagues, University College Dublin up the road here. This is Meliovac, targets a subtropical tropical disease called melioidosis, which has numbers infecting about 170,000 people per year. And quite frighteningly and strikingly, there's a death rate of 54%. So very large unmet medical need. The team there have brought forward a very exciting vaccine. We took an option because there's some key data coming out very soon, but we've been working in the background on the contract. So we expect to execute this very soon. And I think importantly from the UCD collaboration is that they've got 5 other vaccine candidates as well that we're exploring. And we could bring those in-house, again, building our pipeline, complementing our internal assets.
Excellent. And of course, just before Christmas, you announced the tie-up with AnaBio Technologies, which gives you exclusive access to AnaBio's microencapsulation and nanoencapsulation technologies. How do you plan to develop this asset?
Yeah, this is an oral vaccine technology. We're all used to getting our jabs in our arms, but a lot of diseases, I think, and certainly boosters could benefit from oral administration. Simply popping a pill gets through the gut, survives the acidic nature of the stomach and gets into the mucosal lining, so you get mucosal immunity. So it'll be very good for these gastrointestinal infectious diseases, but also potentially broader than that. So very interesting technology. So we're putting our expertise in combination with AnaBio to see if we can develop programs for oral delivery of vaccines. Again, that's the way the world is going, and we plan to be moving in that direction ourselves.
Excellent. And of course, to bring us up to date today, you announced that you had in-licensed a first-in-class RNA-based immunotherapy for RSV, respiratory virus infections, developed at the University of Warwick. Please tell us all.
Yeah, very, very exciting technology. The team at Warwick are world-renowned virologists, and they've been working on this program for the last 20 years or so. So this is it's a dual approach. It's kind of defective interfering. It interferes with viral replication in the nose, but it also creates this kind of antiviral immune response in the nose as well. So a dual approach. So we've got, this is late preclinical. They've got a lot of data, a lot of proof of concept, a lot of efficacy in preclinical studies. They've got a manufacturing path and process well understood. So again, optimally for Poolbeg, this is something in the infectious disease space, the respiratory viral infectious disease space, which I think we have a core knowledge and expertise in. And I think that comes with having spun out of Open Orphan. We've got very knowledgeable colleagues in hVIVO who run human viral challenge studies. So we've been talking to them about this asset, and this is something that's primed that we can move this forward quite quickly to get that, as mentioned earlier on, early human proof of concept data, and then partner with pharma to take on the later stage and the heavy lifting and the expensive trials. So an exciting asset. As I said, we're happy to have that on board. Terrific team in Warwick, very engaged, and looking forward to moving this forward.
Excellent. Coming on to the company now, you of course raised 25 million in your oversubscribed IPO last year. What does the cash runway look like at present?
Yeah, we have a very healthy bank balance. As I say, we're capitalized. We've got a small but very expert team. So bringing in these programs in a very cash efficient manner. So we've got a long runway, and again, to bring multiple programs, I think that's the key distinctive nature of Poolbeg, where you have multiple shots on goal to bring programs forward. And when we get positive proof of data, then we begin the partnering discussions with pharma to bring it on. So we've got multiple shots and goals, multiple, in the near term, 12 to 18 months to monetize our assets, and then feed back into the company. And obviously this will be a boon for our shareholders as we create value by de-risking infectious disease programs and partnering with pharma to generate revenue.
Of course, yeah. Well, you've already set quite a pace since coming to market, Jeremy. What else can Poolbeg investors look forward to in 2022?
Yeah, we're off to a very fast start in 2022. We've got a number of deals in process, let's say, some contracts on the table. So we'll have regular news flow when it comes to deals getting done. I think we're pretty excited about. We have an AI and artificial intelligence effort ongoing, and we're negotiating some collaborations there to mine a wealth of human challenge data to identify new infectious disease targets and pathways, and ultimately drugs to test in these human viral challenge studies as a follow-on. So we've got multiple deals on the table, so there'll be lots of news flow over the next few months.
Excellent. Exciting times indeed for Poolbeg and its shareholders. Jeremy Skillington, Chief Executive of Poolbeg Pharma, thank you for joining us today.
Appreciate your time. Thank you.